And now we are about to dive into one of the most crucial conversations of our time, the global partnerships for a sustainable future. In an ever-changing world, the need for collaboration, innovation to address the most pressing global challenges has never been greater. This panel discussion brings together some of the brightest minds from across industries, technology, fashion, cybersecurity, and youth empowerment.
Now, our distinguished panelists today are leaders in their fields, individuals who are driving impactful change and shaping the future of sustainability, global partnerships, and collective progress.
It is our pleasure to now invite the Nobel laureate Professor Mohan Munasinghe, whose work in sustainable development has inspired countless leaders and changemakers around the globe.
I believe he is not here at the moment, so we'll move on with the rest of our panelists. We also have Jennifer Anais Garba, the Chief Digital Officer at MOCA, Movement of Creative Africas. Jennifer is a dynamic leader at the intersection of technology, culture, and youth engagement. With an extensive background in digital project management, she drives initiatives that bridge the digital divide and amplify creative voices across Africa.
Next, we have Sean Cooper, a leading cybersecurity expert at Team Simaru, Scene's innovative work in developing solutions like Pure Signal TV platform in transforming how organizations protect themselves against digital threats. His leadership has earned him in high industry recognition as one of the key innovators in cybersecurity.
And last but certainly not least, we have Amjad Hamid Marikar, the visionary CEO and director of Signature Clothing. I'm proud to be wearing his clothing, by the way. Amjad had revolutionized Sri Lanka's fashion landscape by merging innovation and tradition. His focus on sustainability and global expansion is empowering the next generation of designers and entrepreneurs.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, with these exceptional leaders, we are sure to have an insightful and a thought-provoking discussion on how we can come together across borders, industries, and cultures to build a sustainable future.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in welcoming our esteemed panelists to the stage. We have Jennifer Anais Garba, Sean Cooper, and Amjad Hamid Marikar. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our panelists today.
So once again, I would like to welcome you all. I think we have had great round of discussion. Some thought leaders have shared their journey, and it has been so passionate. I think we have all enjoyed the evening. And now we are talking about sustainability and collaborations. And when you talk about collaboration, I think cross-border collaboration is indeed needed for a sustainable world. So what are your views and thoughts, and how exactly you think we as the change makers can play a role in terms of bridging this gap? Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh. In my world, which is, as I said, cybersecurity, and I'm also working at the national security level globally with nation states and other governments. In trying to make the internet a safer place, cybersecurity, as we say, is a team sport. So it's only as good as all members are strong. So if you have any weak members, then all of us are weak and vulnerable to cyber attacks. I'm sure if I ask the question, how many of you have had a cyber attack, I think we
I
probably
think-
have a unanimous.
I think each one of us.
Yes, yes.
Maybe.
So having said that, it is a passion of mine, is my level of public service as a global citizen, to try to bring help to everyone through the government down. Hopefully it filters down to most folks, so that we can, as a son, a father, uncle, all of these people, we can live in this internet world that's exploded in the last 20 years. So it seems like we can't thrive without it now. So I want to make sure that we can help secure it.
And what are your views, Kappa?
Hello everybody. For me, for specialize in Africa, culture and AI, it is the best tools for the grow up, and to mix the collaboration and synergy with over the world, and to show the talents in Africa over the world. And you fed them down to a different subject criteria, to the research and knowledges, and in this two center of excellence over the world.
I think you have also equally contributed in the same way. But it's all about your passion, I think. And I think collaboration is one thing which we all will agree that if you talk about this room right now, it's full of people with different diverse background. And I think majority of them have exchanged their cards. So it's collaboration on the go. So I think I would like to understand what's your views, and how is your industry supporting?
See, sustainability impacts a lot in the environment. I think me coming from a clothing, fashion industry plays a vital role in polluting the environment. I think if you look at last year, the world, 92 million tons of waste of clothing has destroyed the pollution. And me as example, I represent a family business in Sri Lanka. We into fashion and retail. So being over 7 decades in the business, so we are related to clothing. So it's very important for us to see that we adjust well to good trade practices and good sourcing, so that we can always source ethically in the market. And that's one of the reasons that we've been there for almost 7 decades, and we strive to do better.
Wow. So it was a family business which started, or?
Yeah, it was started a long time ago. So I represent third generation. So I overlook this brand called Signature. And we've been in industry for almost 3 decades. We are right now in a developing market, in a developing country. So I see that this country also can do wonders to become a developed nation in the future. Based on my existence and how our generation can support the country, is the best thing we can do.
Very nice, very nice. So what do you see again? I would like to understand now, since you're from the cybersecurity field, one thing which you can guide all the business leaders sitting here, and one piece of advice for us which can help us to protect our ourselves from the cyber theft, or maybe cyber attacks. Because I think this is something which I want to learn personally, and I'm sure that each one of us sitting here also would like to understand.
That's a complicated question, but the best thing everyone can do is, and I'll use another sports analogy, is basic blocking and tackling, hygiene, change your passwords often. Don't use anything that's simple that I can just figure out easily. I know you asked for one. But just be aware of the potential threat is that after you all the time. Don't think that you're too small not to be a target, because you're probably connected to someone who is. So I could go on. There's an active malicious threat out there across the world dealing with home routers. So.
Thank you. I think we will definitely follow what you have said, and we'll try to see, because still I believe that there is a lot of spam, and there are a lot of things which daily pops in to our routine life. So I think this is a never-ending process, but we're all still learning, right? So what are your views, Gaba, now in terms of your own industry? I think, if you can just throw some more light about how exactly your industry works, and what are your thoughts on the sustainable development and cross-border collaboration?
It's a very good question. It's for me. So, for me, it's to search for innovations and investments for different projects in the different subject matter and culture. Because for me, since I was a little child, I'm a dancer and promote the culture of the dance, African dance, special traditional dance. It's to promote to the synergy, for instance, to creating the festival traditional with drums, specialized at the beginning in Morocco and the over in Africa, but Africa is over the world. For like in India, because you have two different artists. It's just one example when I say that for growth economics and growth solutions to innovations for there. Yeah.
So basically, if you say that, apart from this, do you really think that the policy framework should be changed?
Yes. The policy, it's totally different rural, because in Africa you have 44 countries. It's
54.
Different policy. Yeah, 54. Thank you. And you have to just to monitor, to specialize to the gap of the law, and to for this event, for instance, it's very secure.
Fantastic. I think now over to you, sir, from the textile side. Now, I would say that, forget about textile, because it's your business. I would say, what is your general opinion about the world and the sustainable? Because I think, sustainability is being talked about everywhere. But do you really think that we are all pushing it really hard in terms of seeing in different sector? Because I think that textile, of course, you discussed that fabric and all. But what about the other sectors? Do you really think it is working?
I mean, to be honest, we don't know what's going to happen 10 years down the line. Will we be wearing clothes? I don't know. So these are the questions that always arises in terms of our industry, because people have changed their ways of dressing as well. So that also impacts the trends in the market. And I feel that we in Sri Lankan tech industry, in terms of retail and fashion, there's still room to improvements, and I think a lot of brands are practicing sustainable practices, ethical sourcing. We are not a manufacturer of fabric. We still rely on outsourcing fabric, and based on the current conditions in the market, in the world, the tariffs and all that, it also affects indirectly to many markets that can also hinder their growth. And a lot of opportunity, a lot of struggles are there in this industry as well.
Thank you. So, Mr. Seem, now, again, coming back to you, I think the moment we see the smile on your face, I think I have nothing now to frame, right? No, but I'm just kidding. I say, can you just throw some more light to the audience of what exactly is your personal opinion on this entire life cycle for the sustainability and what the world is talking about? And do you really think we need change?
That's another loaded question. Yes, the world, in my opinion, is not doing enough. Change is difficult for a lot of people, but I think we should be doing a lot more things using the things that come to us naturally as opposed to recreating things, air, wind, sunlight, water, absolutely, to try to as we were saying earlier today, our esteemed speaker from NATO was talking about how we are basically killing ourselves here in the world with population, and then how we consume and discard things that are not replicatable. They're just going to stay there, and they're going to damage the environment. I think there's a lot for us to do, and I don't think we're doing enough. Technology in my field, we make things a little bit too expensive.
I know.
So that we could probably use.
So maybe one message which you would like to give as your closing dialogue. One message which you would like to give as your closing dialogue.
Anything.
Anything.
We're all, I mentioned earlier, cyber is a team sport, but life in general is a team sport. Just try to, I wish more people would be concerned about others. I think the good books say that you take care of others, which means by definition that others will take care of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That was a nice one. So Jennifer, I would say that I would like to repeat the same question for you. That what is your one message? Because I think, each one of us wants to learn. We want to see what is your opinion.
In my opinion, for my industry, the culture and EA, EA is a tool. And people over the world give the tool to focus on business, focus on the work. It is too valued, agitated for the industries. But for culture is all over the world, and promotions the culture, Africa, Indian, and over the world, because it is too a business for tourism and other activities. So the message for me is the best tools is to the culture of your life and the focus for this your project. This is mine.
Fantastic. So I think we all must focus. That's important in life. Focus brings everything back to the line, back to the track. Thank you for that piece of advice. What are your views?
My views is focus on ethical practices, and to make the world a better place, I guess. And then, looking at the world is very scary. You never know what's going to happen. So it's always good to realize what you can do to the society, to the people, to the community. And I think based on that, you can become a better human, I guess.
Fantastic. I think we all strive to see a better world. And what more we can ask for? I think we have some of the best lineup of speakers from different diversified profile and some profound, knowledgeable people sitting here, those who have already addressed. And I think we are all going to mingle after the dinner, and the energies will flow, the ideas will grow, and we will together make sure that this collaborative effort of sustainable development will definitely grow. So I once again congratulate each one of you present here, because I think sustainable development will never be achieved unless we all have our own mindset towards achieving those goals. Because sometimes people always believe in just thinking, but there's a very good saying, and with that saying I would like to end up this panel, because I want to keep it crisp. I know the audience is like enjoying, but I want you to enjoy more, because there's a huge lineup. And the saying goes that thinking those things which cannot be thought by thinking, it is better not to think those things. So it's always advised that things which are unimaginable and you can't think, it's better to stop thinking on those lines and try something unique. So I believe that everyone will love to follow what all of you have communicated, and I think you're a wonderful soul working differently but in different aspects, and which brings together the collaboration or the collaborative effort. So I think this is what is required in this world. So I once again thank you all for joining in this beautiful gathering. I know he has a flight to catch and he has flown specially on our request. So each one of you is definitely dynamic in nature, very unique, very talented, and I thank you all for attending this beautiful summit and making it possible. Thank you. Thank you once again.